this homemade contraption. Let me tell you, it is hillbilly, but it's gonna work. It has the log lift. It's a big beam. It's got some old, I don't know, spindle mount type cotter keyed wagon wheels. These things are, excuse my mess. I have not done anything out here in about a month because I've had other projects going on. I can't really cut the grass around all this stuff, so it's raggedy. I'm about to tune this area up, move everything around, stack this firewood. I bought this thing really cheap, and the reason I did it was because I can't afford a really nice splitter, but I do have mechanical skills, so I think I'm going to. It's got an 8 horsepower electric start Kohler on it. It runs, and all the hydraulics work. The boom goes up and down. The cylinder comes out, which has got a crazy long length. I'll never split a log that long. Have no reason to. So this beam has been extended. It was welded here, so this part had been added. I'm not sure why. Maybe they had a huge wood burning stove they were filling. I got this out of the North Georgia mountains off a farm, some old farm property basically. That's where the battery mounts for the electric start, but we threw a battery in it, fired it up, and tested it. It's super slow. I don't know what size pump this is. It's an 8 horsepower Kohler electric start. I'm not sure. I have to do some research on these numbers on this pump. Let's see how big the pump is. They welded a tank into the I-beam. So the hydraulic oil fills there. It does have a filter on it. It's a huge ram. I don't know what size bore that is. 2.5 inch maybe 2 inch. I don't know. I may end up replacing that if it's not sufficient. May see what the biggest. See, 8 horsepower Kohler, cast iron line, long life, automatic compression release, ball bearing, internal governor. Motor runs. I mean, might see what the biggest pump I can throw on this thing is, or we may just replace it. Use this old Kohler for something else. I don't know. It's basically I wanted like an Easton 28 22 or whatever it is, but I can't afford it. It's like $13,000 and like another grand or two to ship it from Canada to Georgia. I just can't afford it. I'd love to have one of the beautiful machines. I get gnarly wood, and I've got a firewood, or a tree service guy that lives behind me that's supposedly will be able to supply me with a ton of firewood, or ton of wood. But I've had firewood come in from tree companies before, and you get the gnarly stuff. You're not gonna get straight grain, easy splitting stuff that you can blow apart with an axe. Obviously, I did a video on how hard it is to split this knotty crap in this, hard petrified oak, hickory, whatnot that I get. So we're gonna play with this probably tomorrow some. It's getting late. I drug it with my wife's Z71 Suburban back from the mountains. I didn't think we were gonna make it. These tires are sketchy. They're cracking. Look at the bearings. Dude, I pulled this all the way back from the North Georgia mountains, which I'm in the kind of the foothill area of the North Georgia mountains, but we came about hour, and it was about an hour and 20 minutes maybe, hour and 30, I don't know, 45 55 miles an hour as fast as I went, back roads down through the twisties a little bit. Once you turn and start going again, it gets to hopping. This thing is basically would start doing that real hard. no suspension, crazy wagon wheel deal. So I'm about to pop it off the Suburban so the wife and my daughter can go grab something to eat. But you know, at least we didn't. It was cracking too. I can't believe these tires didn't blow apart on the way back. I figured it would end up wheels flying off of it or tires exploding or something. I'd have to call a flatbed, drag it up on it. It wouldn't fit on my little 5x13. It's too wide and it's pretty heavy. So I wasn't throwing it and taking the wheels off and throwing it in the back of the truck or anything. Not easily, at least. Could have. But we made it. Didn't hurt anybody. Didn't get seen by the police. So we're good. That is going to be a future project. Basically restoring and modifying this to be a better splitting machine. It's pretty low to the ground. I may change the whole axle setup and get it to raise up. I like my platform higher. I don't like to be working that low. Don't know how strong this whole setup's going to be, but we will experiment with it. It looks pretty dinky to me. Ow, damn, that's sharp. Anyway, pull a pin out here and then you can pivot this thing around. So it is what it is, and I think it's a good platform. I was looking for a beam, just an I-beam local, and then I was going to find an axle. Hell, you know, by the time I found an axle and an I-beam, I had what I would have had in it, what I have in this whole thing. This thing runs and will actually split firewood. This ram doesn't go all the way to the end. It stops about right here. So I don't know how well that's going to split, but this may need to be removed anyway. We may need to come up with a whole system. We may need to build a bigger foot here, or whatever you want to call this, a plate. It's pretty solid. It's pretty, but you know, it's just to have a very big footprint. And the jack that came with it sucks, but I've got another jack on my 5x13 trailer that is too big for it, and would work a lot better on this. But we may be able to maybe study some other log splitters and figure out a way to do a better wedge system, maybe with a removable wedge. Oh, matter of fact, I've got a wedge. I bought this Swisher removable wedge for that other little Northern hydraulic splitter or whatever I've got. It's not really mine, it's a community. It used to be mine. My buddy owns it. That will not slide over that, so that little four-way will not work on that without some modifications. But considering this doesn't make it all the way to here, sometimes that's not a big deal, but sometimes you need it to at least come right up to the blade so it will finish the split. But matter of fact, the other one with this on it goes too far and it starts dinging this up. But anyway, I gotta unhook this thing because wife wants her car back, and I think we're gonna go watch a Georgia Auburn games tonight. So anyway, catch me in the next video where we'll play with this a little bit, and it may add on to this one. It may be in a totally another one to keep you in suspense and make you come back and look at my HillBilly log splitter series that will probably happen on this restoration project, whatever you want to call it. HillBilly log splitter restoration project. Take one. See you in the next one. Bam.